No, I need to be on this one. There we go. Hello everyone, and welcome to the first EAX game I've ever casted actually. It's going to be a pretty new experience for me, but today we have ATG versus Alley Dogs. Now, I have to say, I've never heard of either of these teams. The first time I'm casting either of their games. I've looked up at both of these teams' stats before the game. Obviously, ATG, a very mixed team in terms of their ranks. Alley Dogs, a very established high plat team. So today we will be heading to Coastline. Let me just quickly check what the other maps will be. I'm actually not too sure at the moment. Let me get that up for you guys. So it will be Coastline, where Alley Dogs will be starting on the attacking side. Oregon, where Alley Dogs are going to be on the defensive side, and then Clubhouse, where ATG will be on the defensive side. So a very wide range of maps here that we're going to be heading to. Best of 3, obviously, so I'm very excited to head into this one. And without further ado, I think you can head straight on into the game. So, Coastline being the first one, obviously a very frag heavy map, not necessarily relying as heavily on the strats as, say, Villa, I don't know, Clubhouse, but still a lot of people's favorite maps just because of that factor, just because you don't necessarily need that strong of a defensive lineup to win, as most maps still have a fair advantage even on the attacking side. Most people don't actually argue that it is an attacking sided map, but the first ban coming out will be a Jackal, so pretty interesting one there. It's probably opting to say, okay, Jackal's kind of an annoying operator, let's just get him off the board. Second attacking ban coming out from the side of ATG will be the Hibana. So you know how strong Hibana is on Coastline. I talk about it quite a lot. You can use it on that square area, open up the lounge area behind billiards as well. From the main entrance area, you can open up into that pantry wall down below in service. So definitely a very influential operator to get off the board. And then Whamai being the second ban, not too surprising there. See what the last ban will be coming out from them. I'd expect a Mirror maybe when we see how many teams ban her, especially here on Coastline where she's very effective on notably Kitchen Service and Penthouse, but maybe a Maestro, maybe an Echo. It will be the Vigil actually, which is a very strange one. I have no idea what the thought is behind that one. I've actually never seen a Vigil ban coming out in a high tier game, so I mean it should be quite interesting. But Alley Dogs are going to be starting on the attacking side. Coastline traditionally an attacking sided map, so obviously you would naturally give them that advantage. And just looking at the pure stats, in my opinion, Alley Dogs, they are the superior team heading into this, but can't write off ATG even getting into this game. They are going to be a fierce opponent. But heading to Penthouse and Theatre, well, the Mirror's in place, so why not go there? I mean, traditionally you'd see people play Blue Bar, Sunrise, Hookah, Billiards and Kitchen Service over Penthouse and Theatre, but that's because the Mirror is banned. Penthouse and Theatre is a site that's completely changed in the way you play it when a Mirror is in place. So I want to see how they utilize this, because these days it's very rare to see a Mirror in play.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
One to look out for here is notably the Mirror and the Goyle. So traditionally the default Mirror setup, the one we all know, would be to place one Mirror window here on the left side and one on the right on unreinforced walls, so as to counter Guitar Hall as well as the shower drop down. But it's like they're not doing that. I wanna see what the plan is here. Hello. And welcome to getting an echo on the stream. There we go. So, this is exactly what I was expecting. The Mirror on the unreinforced wall. A very traditional setup, nothing new, as well as the one on the left on the reinforced side to provide a bit more coverage that you can't necessarily just shoot through it and get the kill. But still pretty strong setup. On the attacking side though, you've got that Nomad to cancel out those flanks coming out. Very strong on Coastline, which has such small and tight hallways. A very tiny map in terms of its overall size. And Nomad, well, she's very useful in those types of scenarios as well. The Thatcher, quite surprised that he's not banned. been seeing his ban rate go up and up and up as it goes on. So while Iana here to drone it out, looks like she will be droning out the Ashe going in, trying to push on into that hallway. Does spot the Valkyrie, sprays through the hallway, however cannot connect. Does around 40 HP of damage, however does not get the kill there onto the Valkyrie of Mr. Grey. However, the Jaeger currently on the flank. He might just find the skill here onto the Ashe if he checks the corner. Does spot the Ashe. The Ashe not knowing this position, Jaeger to get the kill. That's MJ dropped the Ashe off the board. Great kill to find there for the Jaeger. After the Valkyrie taking so much initial damage now, alley dogs, they're starting to stall out, it looks like. They're all here in this billiards and this aqua area. They have pressure from down below, pressure in the hallway, and, well, in luggage. So it's definitely going to be hard for them to translate this into a side take, because that's eventually what you need to win a game of Siege. It's either you kill everyone or you take the side. Now spotting the Jaeger actually down below, they can start to pressure onto him. There's a player currently close on the doorway, chucks out the grenade, connects onto the Jaeger, but not enough to actually finish off the player. However, V Kixie, is that how you pronunciate it? I don't know. The Zofia to connect onto Mr. Grey. Finally picking off that Zofia that was struggling with so much earlier. Now, a 4-3 man count, 1 minute 15. Still a lot of time to work with. However, he's not checking his corners. Flicks on into it, but the Goya to get the kill behind his Vulcan shield there. Now 2 players left inside of this luggage area, but the Goya shield actually to get a kill. And now Corsair to connect onto it, suddenly equalized out into a 2-on-2. The smoke and the mirror on the board. Suddenly this is looking very winnable for the attackers, but they still need to deal with this utility. 3 smoke canisters still on the board. Sure, you've still got the stuns on the Zofia, and she does connect onto Big Noob, but they still need to find the smoke. He's sitting safe in penthouse here behind the master bedroom. 2 players left he needs to deal with. The AK-74 and the M762, 2 very strong guns on the attacking side. As well, 2 full HP players. They have the mirror windows to work with, notably. So a lot of pressure now on this on the smoke. And here's the plant, but will it be enough? You can't just cancel it out with the smoke canisters. The smoke canisters don't connect. Now they have the mirror window on him. They know his position, and eventually it is the Nomad to connect there with the AK-74, getting the final kill. And that's alley dogs taking around that. Well, they shouldn't have based on those opening gunfights, but well done to them to not succumb to stalling out. They were able to pressure onto the players, keep the pressure going, to eventually take control of the site, get the bomb down, and win it off of it. So really well done to those guys. ATG, see where they're going to be going back to Penthouse and Theatre, and I don't know. Penthouse and Theatre is, within today's meta at least, in my opinion, one of the worst bomb sites on this map. Most teams would prefer Hookah Billiards, Kitchen Service, and even Blue Bar Sunrise over Penthouse. And sure, you can make the argument that the mirror is in place so you can play it, but it's just one of those absolute default strats. It's something everyone expects, it's something everyone knows how to counter, and it's just not something that's going to turn any heads. It's, if anything, it's so linear to the point that every ranked player in this game knows how to counter those mirror windows from down below. Everyone knows the lineup to take care of those. It's ingrained in us through the countless hours of playing against this setup, and that's the real problem with this, is people know how to counter it. But let's see if it works out for them this time around. Going to it for the second time. Ali Dogs 1 round up on this initial round. Let's see if they can continue that momentum, or whether ATG can actually answer back to this. Stream says they can barely hear me, and I have no idea what to do about that. Change my input audio settings. Audio. Let me just turn down game audio. Hopefully that helps. Lines it out a bit. Hey, so chat, let me know if you guys can hear me better at the moment. But getting into this round, see once again the aqua take coming out here from Ali Dogs. They want to take control of this, and it looks like they know of the Valkyrie's positioning, so the Yana drone to confirm that positioning. The Buck now going to swing wide, finds a lot of damage there onto the Valkyrie. They know now he's in the corner, they can wallbang this, but they get the headshot nonetheless. They don't need wallbang, they just go for the kill outright, and well, that's a big opener. Mr. Grey now, once again, the first one on the board of ATG to fall, not really netting herself anything off of it, so got to question yourself with almost no time wasted on that hold and, well, losing your life kind of pointlessly. Was that worth it? I'd say no, but, I mean, you do you. Jaeger, however, still running down below. He could still be a thorn on the side. Has that 416C carbine. I believe it's actually silenced. No, that's the extended barrel. I've almost never seen someone run an extended barrel on the 416, but shoots out the Iana drone. Now going to take quite a bit of time for that hologram to reset. However, the attack is now starting to take control of VIP. We've got a lot of map control here. They've taken luggage, they've taken VIP, they have a complete pincer on this site, and they can now start to lock this out. Notably, no hard breacher actually on the board for Ali Dogs, which is quite strange, but I mean, I guess if you can just push onto the site and take it, why not? I mean, that's what happened on the previous one. I mean, they literally have rotate here. I'll quickly pan over it onto the top white stairs area, so I mean, I guess you don't need a hard breach, although it obviously would help. However, smoke's still on the board. On side 3, smoke canisters left in his back pocket. Does not spot out the air jab, so the Jaeger's position now known. He has to be very careful of this. However, Corsair taken off of sight. In the meantime, Kixie getting a kill for himself. Blood Rain, the one here, can definitely be a catalyst for his team in getting this retake. But King Noob now to connect there onto Corsair, getting the kill onto the Nomad, the player that was injured, so not too big of a kill to find, but the Thatcher to answer back, getting the kill onto the mirror, swinging wide. Now it's only Wild Thing there with the SMG-11. He's getting flashbacks. He can't really do anything in this position. His smoke canister gets shot out of the air, and now in the air jab, what can you do? Jaeger just absolutely screwed here at the mainstays area, and eventually it's the Iana to get the kill, JJ to finish it off, and well, and that's Ali Dogs taking the second one in a row on what I can only describe as ATG playing a strat that is so linear that they don't really have to worry about anything. It's like, we didn't even see that much drone work coming out from ATG. Sure, they used it to flush out the player there in Aqua, and I guess you could say, sure, they used the Iana as a drone, but even then, they took so little time to actually get information that you kind of tell yourself, was it them just knowing where each and every player on this roster is going to be? The Jaeger played the exact same position down below, flanked up through hookah stairs. Valkyrie, exact same position, was sitting in Aqua. The rest of the players on site with the exact same mirror smoke Goyo default setup. So you have to ask yourself, ATG, what are you guys doing? But I'm now going to start mixing things up. I didn't actually see the bomb site. However, I believe it would be hookah and billiards, just based off normal site picks, and actually no, it's going to be Blue Bar and Sunrise, so this is quite an interesting one to see. I always say Blue Bar and Sunrise, one of the most underrated bomb sites in this game. It's very strong in the right hands, especially one of the newest alterations we've seen is what I like to call this Pengu spot here. You see a smoke play in that corner with a deployable shield, just hold off this pool entrance area for as long as possible, and it's really one of the big things for most teams is to actually take control of full entrance and then pressure it onto site and eventually get that plant down. So Ali Dogs, they have a lot of utility, notably the Thatcher still on the board, so they can clear out those Jaeger ADSs, they can clear out the mute jammers. They don't really have to worry about anything. They can just chuck that in, chuck the EMP in, and well, it's all gone. So the attack is now spawning in. Let's see how they decide to take this one. So it looks like a very loose setup here coming out from the defenders. You see the Jaeger there roaming out in the main entrance, as well the Caveira here actually spawn peeking from the luggage area. Could definitely net herself something from this. The M12, definitely not a very good gun to use at longer ranges, but you know, Siege is a game where a headshot is a headshot. It's a one-tap kill. Jaeger here trying to pressure into security, trying to find that engagement with the Nomad, however, nothing has happened yet. He's playing very passively. He's getting droned out now, however, so they're going to know his positioning. They need to do something about him, but Big Noob on the site, I believe, to get a kill, but answered back by the Nomad there onto the Jaeger. Great kill coming out from them, and now, sure, you've lost the Jaeger, but you've taken the Thatcher off of the board. That's a very big one to find. And now, well, Ali Dogs, they're starting to pressure onto site. They find the kill, the player that would have been shot out through the drone hole, but Vixie there just from the blue bar window finds the kill. And notably, once again, no hard breach on the board, but ATG, they're just giving it to them. They didn't even reinforce the site. They reinforced into blue. I don't even know what to say about that. That is... Sure, you can say it comes down to personal preference, but everyone knows you don't reinforce blue, you open it up with feety holes. But now ATG, they're suffering. They're 0 and 2 down. 2 men lost alive. Does connect. Not even. That was the hologram. Vixie to get a kill. This is not looking good for the big noob. Finally, the Ash at jungle to get the final kill. Now Alley Dogs with a 3-0 lead, and sure, Coastline traditionally an attacking sided map, but you never want to go 3-0 down. See people with a bit of banter there in chat. Kaiko saying literally get Amru, you get an ace. I mean, kind of facts though. I try to be unbiased as a caster, but what we've been seeing from ATG here, just it's not up to the standard that you would expect. Sure, these players, maybe they're new to Siege, I don't know. They're all relatively low level accounts, but still, this is not something you'd expect coming out of this game. But definitely want to see them turn this around. Didn't see where this site actually was. Let's see if they go to Hookah Billiards Kitchen Service. Finally, a better bomb site. I don't know. Yeah, they are finally going to Hookah Billiards. So see if they play a bit more of a. I don't know. I wanted to say a bit more of a traditional lineup, but they've been playing the most linear setups each and every round, just going to niche bomb sites. But the one thing I would quickly want to talk about is they reinforced the blue ball wall into courtyard. And
new camera feed up and running.
I'm sorry, but that just, what was that? We all know this wall, sure, it gets memed upon. It's a wall that you open it up, and if you lose control of the main lobby area, well, they've got a long line of sight. But the flip side is true. Once you lose control of blue bar, you are screwed. You can't retake it. Either you need to flank through security, or you need to use this doorway and the rotations to inevitably open up into Sunrise to try to retake that. And that's basically impossible. That's 2 angles for the attackers to hold. Opening up that angle into courtyard, that at least allows your roamers in the main lobby area to try and retake the site. And the Caveira was in main lobby. She could have tried to retake the site, but there was just nothing she could have worked with. However, Mr. Grey now with the opener onto MJ finds the headshot there onto the Ash. Big opener for them. This is, I believe, is the first time ATG has been up heading into a round, so definitely a big one for them to find. Now the Valkyrie's still trying to pressure and to counter the pressure coming into that security and office area, playing with that red dot there on the MPX. No, the MPX not necessarily one of the hardest hitting guns in the game, but like I've been saying, Siege, one shot headshot, love it or hate it, that's how the game works. But like Thatch now here pressuring on into blue bar and Blood Rain. The Jaeger actually gets taken down from above. I believe that was from, I don't know who that was from, but Vixie now as well as Quill to get a kill. Now the players are falling left, right and center. Wilding and Big Noob now left last alive. The Castle and the Smoke. Smoke's upstairs, and both of these players actually are upstairs, and well, that's where the bomb site is. So the attackers from Alley Dogs here need to start doing something. They need to actually get that diffuser back in their hands, because, well, the defenders here, they can play around that. The Castle, probably knowing that the diffuser's dropped, he knows he can play this position very passively, just cancel out them getting that diffuser. There's now one player on this main window area, can prove to do a lot of damage. As well, Buck from down below, just a lot of pressure here from the side of Alley Dogs. They have a lot to play with here, and Nomad still has an air jab, Thatcher 1 EMP in his back pocket, but Big Noob now to find an opener there onto Quill. That's a Thatcher off the board. Pretty big one to find now, equalizing him out into a 2-2. Finally, however, getting another kill for himself. Now it's a 2v1. Vixie left last live. This might just be the first round on the board for ATG, unless Vixie can do something about this. He needs to get that diffuser, and after that, well, he needs to find 2 kills on the board. So it's definitely not looking too likely. However, 40 seconds still on the clock, still has a lot of time to play with, so let's not write him off just yet. Spots out the castle there, so could actually start to pressure on into this angle, maybe pre-fire on through it, but the castle pre-firing into the aqua balcony, as well the Smoke holding the long angle there through the bullet holes. Swings wide, tries to find the engagement, but the buck to get the kill. Now Vixie left last life against the smoke. If he sprays through that wall, he could very well get that kill. Wild Thing going to play this passive. He knows he can just delay that plant. Vixie now going to stick it. However, the smoke, not knowing where the plant's going down, he thinks it's at default. The plant is down, and Buck to get the kill. Alley Dogs taking what looked like essentially a lost round, somehow clawing it back. Didn't even intentionally try and do the wordplay, but Alley Dogs, they claw it back, and that is very well done by them. They now have the 4-0 lead, and this is really not looking good for ATG. So now heading to Hook and Billiards once again. Looks like essentially the same operator lineup. I don't believe they ran the Legion last time, but small adaptation. See if this does work out for them. Notably, the attacking side here, they haven't ran a hard breacher once in this entire game. Over the 5 rounds now they've played, they haven't taken a hard breacher once. And sure, you can say Coastline is a map that you don't necessarily need a hard breacher on, but I think most of us can attest that hard breacher is useful. And notably, ATG, they haven't been running a hard breach denial even once. Sure, they had the mutant in the past few rounds, but that is the smallest possible annoyance to a hard breacher when a Thatcher's on the board. Thatcher here can cancel out bandits, Cade, Electro Claws, anything. He can cancel it out, and well, we just haven't seen the hard breach play here. So ATG, sure, they're far down, but if they make an adaptation, they are the ones to start. Maybe if they are the ones to start to use that hard breacher on the attacking side, I could see them potentially stop making a comeback, but it's still a very dire position to be in. The attack is now spawning in. They're looking to take this one 6-0 as it stands right now. The attacks now, they're taking from this office area, putting a lot of pressure here onto the players, but notably no downstairs presence. However, the Valkyrie rotates downstairs and finds the opening kill there onto Corsair, the Nomad. I think she was just oblivious to the Valkyrie's positioning. She was there with her air jab out, not ready to shoot with that AK-74. Gets caught out now. ATG, once again, actually, they have the lead heading into this round, but as we've seen time and time again, it looks like this doesn't even really mean anything. Alley Dogs, they've been able to clutch out rounds left, right, and center. They are dominant in this game, and, well, with the Valkyrie here already seemingly pinned, the Buck doing a lot of damage there onto her. So it looks like they might be able to find the kill, but from kitchen service area to find the kill, the Ash swings wide, gets a double for himself there onto both the Jaeger and the Valkyrie. So now a 3v4 scenario. After getting that initial kill, ATG now suddenly at a back foot after, well, what I can only describe as MJ going mental. This man getting 2 kills for himself. Definitely well done to him. Sprays through the floor there, Vixie to get a kill for his team. This man is currently playing absolutely insane. He's 10 for 0 at the moment. He hasn't died once. Instrumental plays by this man. Definitely a catalyst for his team in getting these pushes to work out. I mean, he has been the one to push in, get those kills, and well, win the rounds for them. So now Revenant and Big Noob are in a very dire situation here. 2v4 scenario, 0 to 4 round count. What can you do? Sure, you've got 1 smoke canister, but with a minute still on the board, this is not looking good for them. Smoke canisters go out. The attacking side of Alley Dogs, they look to make this push happen, but side of ATG here whips out the shotgun, actually looking to maybe play those close angles, but with the UMP swings wide, gets the kill onto the player on the hookah stairs. Now the Yana drone shot out, now knowing of his position, the player finally gets taken down, but with the UMP, Big Noob trying to do what he can, but eventually it's the Ash to get a 3rd kill for herself on the round. Alley Dogs taking the 5th round in a row, and this is definitely not looking good for ATG. So they're going to be heading to Penthouse and Theater now. For the third time, this will be their final defensive round, running essentially, well, the same mirror setup, presumably once again. But at this point, you need to question it. They haven't gone to kitchen service once when mirror is in play, one of the strongest bomb sites on this map when mirror is in play. And at the moment, they're just not bringing their best, it seems. These guys are just not getting the kills, not able to answer back to Ali Dogs' pressure, but let's see what they can make work here in this Penthouse bomb site.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb. Bomb located by attackers.
Once again, actually, I believe this is the second time they've taken the Caveira now, and, well, she currently has 0 kills in this game, and that's not what you want from a player whose sole job as an operator is to get kills and try and get an interrogation. That is all the operator is geared for. That is all her role is going to be in this round, and that's not something you want to see on a player that's currently 0 for 5 in this game. But see if it does work out for them. The attack is now spawning in. Let's see how they start to take this map control. Well, they're already repelling up here to the DJ balcony. The Buck actually dropping into shower very aggressively. VT holes opened up, but sight is essentially open. The mirror is currently the only one that can the Goya as well, the only ones that are able to pressure onto this. Sure, you've got to play in VIP, but that is very little. The IQ to get the opener, that's onto the Jaeger, now getting in second for himself. Valkyrie off the board, so now you've got Walping inside of VIP no longer. However, as Corsair is just on an absolute tear, getting a third for himself. He's looking for the ace potentially. Now going to swing wide here onto this theater angle. Oh, the C4 does come out, does quite a lot of damage, however, cannot get the kill onto him. Sprays through, does a bit of damage onto the mirror, now has to reload that G8A1. One of the strongest guns in the game at the moment. He's looking for this ace. He's not going to give it up. Finds the headshot onto Big King. Gets the ace. Corsair, what are you doing? He says, Vixie, you're not going to carry that hard. I need to get some kills for myself. Gets the ace. And that is Ali Dogs just saying, well, we have a 5-0 lead. We can take one round and just say, screw it. Let's just try and rush. Let's see what happens. And, well, what happened was Corsair got an ace. Quick, easy, simple, very easy. Rushed on into sight, got the kills, and well, that is Ali Dogs Gaming now with a 6-0 lead heading into their defensive half. So, the one bomb site we never saw ATG play was kitchen and service. And, well, the first round on the defensive side, and potentially the last round on the defensive side for ADG here, well, they're going to kitchen and service. They're saying, ATG, you guys didn't utilize this bomb site at all, so we're going to show you how it's done. They notably don't have the mirror, which, when it's in play, you've got to kind of question. But nonetheless, a very strong operator lineup here coming out of them. You've got the Maestro, you've got the Valkyrie there to get a lot of intel on the board, the smoke there, as well as the mute to maybe cancel out the drone work, as well as cancel out the players pushing in, the British brothers, who I like to call them there. So all the Jaeger to maybe just roam out wide, as we saw ATG using him. 416, one of the strongest guns on the defensive side, so let's see how this does work out for them. And look at this absolute lineage of meat jammers here.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
The Valkyrie, chucking out that Valkyrie cam. Quite a strong positioning here onto those metal webbing here. See that Valkyrie cam there, just nearly getting caught there on those metal beams. Definitely a strong spot, quite hard to actually spot that one out. So the attack is now ATG. Essentially now they've already lost this game. They are playing for pride. They don't want to get 7-0'd. But, I mean, they're not going to give up. Walping jumping on into to Sunrise Bar there, does get a bit of damage done onto himself. Don't know from where. The Valkyrie here still in the Sunrise Lounge area. Spots the player actually entering into pool entrance. Sprays through the wall, does quite a bit of damage, I believe, there onto Wild Thing. It's all Revenant now on about 10 HP, so the attackers here on ATG definitely taking a lot of damage early on, and Mr. Grey, he gets injured. Now suddenly ATG, they have so much to worry about. Vixie and MJ, they're holding this area, but what is this player doing? He's just crouch walking on into side. If they don't spot this man, yep, in the smoke to get the kill. Now it's Revenant left, lost alive, but as soon as I say that, Ali Dogs with a flawless round, locking out Coastline in one of the most decisive matches I've seen in a long time. ATG showing ADG, sorry, showing ATG how it's done, taking it 7-0. Vixie and Corsair ending on 12-1 and 11-3 notably. These guys just on an absolute tear. Definitely well done to these guys, and I'm gonna have a quick break before we head into the second game, which, if I'm not mistaken, is Clubhouse. I speak under correction. Let me actually quickly check that and make sure for you guys. Don't want to mislead you at all. No, sorry, it's going to be Oregon. So definitely an interesting one next up. But just before that, going to be heading to a quick break. Be sure to stick to your screen. We will be back shortly. Hello and welcome back everyone to the second map of ATG versus Ali Dogs Gaming. I'm going to be heading to Oregon as the second map, so it should be a pretty interesting one. Obviously ADG, Ali Dogs Gaming, they took map 170, so this is looking like it could be a very quick lockout for this team. But without further ado, let's head straight on into Oregon. There we go. It took a bit of time to actually get into that game, but here we are, heading into Oregon. Map 2 of ATG versus Ali Dogs Gaming. Should be a pretty fun one. Getting into this ban phase, we saw very interesting bans coming out in Coastline. We saw the Wamai, the Ibana, the Vigil, and the Jackal. So let's see if we get the same interesting ones this time around. First one on the board will be the Thatcher. We saw him not banned out in that first matchup, so seeing him banned as the first operator now on the board, definitely a strong one. We saw Ali Dogs, they ran Thatcher almost every single round without fault, so definitely it could be a target ban. However, actually that was Ali Dogs' ban. Quite interesting for them to ban out an operator they used so much. But Nomad now, the second ban, we saw her, she actually got a lot of play on Coastline as well, so definitely a lot of influential operators taken off of the board here. First defensive ban will be the Vigil once again, so ATG banning that one out. Today was the first time I've ever seen a Vigil ban, and well, now it's the second one, but the Valkyrie taken off of the board as the final defensive ban, so definitely a very interesting banned operator lineup. Let's see what happens as we head into the second map of ATG versus Ali Dogs. People in chat, well, they are not too faithful. They aren't believing in ATG. Nokia Fusion Reactor in chat says, "If thank you. If they dropped a round, I would have been mad." I mean, yeah, ADG, they are not going to stop anytime soon. They've taken Coastline 7-0. They're looking to continue that tear, but they're starting on the defensive side now. They're going to Kids and Dorms as their primary bomb site. So let's see what they can do at this one. Notably, Mera once again is still on the board. It's very interesting.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
So it looks like the castles, more than anything, they're just being used on windows to try and cancel out aggressive window repels, I guess, as well as on the attic window. But looking at the attacking lineup, they have the Twitch, who has the breach charges, as well as the Zofia to take care of those. And notably, they have a fuse on the board. And well, if you don't know how a fuse works, he's recently been buffed as well. So he currently has 4 cluster charges that he can place on any soft wall, actually shoot through explosive pucks. And well, a castle barricade is technically soft, so I want to see if he uses that one at all to potentially counter out the almost safe area that is created by a castle barricade. But now the Zofia already entering here into Big Tower. They're making quick work of clearing out this map control for the attackers, and already taking care of those castle barricades. The thing I was talking about a few seconds ago about how they have a lot to deal with these castle barricades. I'm proving that, already taking care of that one almost a minute on into this round. So the Thermite now needs some mute jammer to deal with, but I believe they're just going to deal with that from down below, if I'm not mistaken. However, Kixie connects onto Wild Thing, gets a great kill there onto the Buck. Definitely an influential operator off of the board now. Mr. Gray here with the M762 trying to pressure up this security stairs area. the Thermite here, finally they're trying to take care of that Mute Jammer from down below, but it's still in place. However, Revenant to connect there onto Corsair, getting a kill onto a very good player. We saw him get that ace there on Coastline. Definitely a big one to find. Thermite still just trying to clear out that Mute Jammer, seemingly not knowing where it is placed. Finally, did he? Yeah, finally takes care of it. Wastes about 2 full mags of ammunition before he can take care of it, but as well, Kixie to connect onto Mr. Grey. The Zofia now off of the board, trying to connect onto this fuse if he can get that one. His team will definitely be in a very influential lead. 4-3 at the moment, 50 seconds on the board, only now starting to open up this attic wall. Things are definitely looking good for alley dogs. Fuse now starting to pressure up this main hallway area, this main stairs area, but gets absolutely deleted by the bandit here in game room. Now it's only Big Noob and Revenant on the team, the Twitch and the Thermite. Sure, they've taken control of attic, opened up the main breach, but they have so little to play with. The drone there getting caught out by the Mute Jammer. 30 seconds on the board, not much you can do. There's a, well, if they push into attic, there's a mirror window to deal with. There's a castle with a UMP to deal with. There's Bandit holding a passive angle there, and the Wamai. All of these players, they know the attack is going to come from attic. They know how to deal with this. However, Revenant, they connect onto the first player. Now pushing on in, however, the C4 from the mirror connects onto the Thermite. Finally, I believe the Bandits to get the final kill, a double kill for himself in the round. Alley Dogs, they're not stopping anytime soon. They're continuing with this momentum now. 8 rounds in a row when you're looking at the bigger picture. So heading to Laundry and Supply now as their secondary bomb site, and see what they can do with this one. Obviously, they won out Kids and Dorms pretty decisively, so heading into Laundry and Supply, which a lot of people say the better bomb site. Definitely high hopes for these guys here on the defense. See what they can do with this one. Notably, once again, well, actually no, they had the mirror on the previous round. This time, however, they will not. So let's see how they decide to set up this bomb site. So it looks like they will be playing the extension into bunker here with the Mine Magnets as assistants as well. Actually, the Goyo and the Jaeger and the Smoke. Looks like the full operator lineup here. The Jaeger ADS is to assist in this bunker hold. The Goyo's just bringing that initial, I don't know what the word is, just bringing more utility to the team, just more shields on the board as well. The Smoke can play that angle post with a shotgun if he so wishes. However, he's still helping in this site setup. MJ here, looks like none of these players are actually on the roam, and Smoke is playing a very aggressive angle here. Assisted by the Goya shield and the Jaeger ADS is here at the top of the Laundry stairs. See what he, actually that's Freezer stairs, sorry about that. See what he can do from this positioning. Blood Rain taking a bit of fall damage actually there from the cross beam in Big Tower. They're starting to take control of this meeting hall area, but they still need to deal with the hatches, and notably no Hibana on the board, and well, it's caded. So either they need to use the thermite charges here, but still it's caded, and Sledge seemingly not knowing that meeting is not a soft floor. Okay. Smoke here. He can do a lot of damage from this position. Connects onto Mr. Grey. Chucks out the smoke canister actually, which, if I'm not mistaken, okay, no, it's not going to catch him out in his current position. However, the Zofia to swing wide takes so much damage now from that smoke canister. He took around 20 HP of initial damage from that M590A1, the shotgun there on the smoke, but just even more damage coming out from the smoke canisters now. 3 players trying to pressure on into this angle, connects onto the Zofia, gets the injure, gets a shot onto the Twitch, but whiffing seemingly every single one. Now 2 players injured. The Zofia picking herself up. Now trying to deal with this Twitch. The Zofia actually getting taken care of by the smoke canister. Trying to connect onto the thermite. Looks like Quills here on the smoke. He's doing absolutely everything for his team. The Twitch currently injured. Finally getting picked up there by, I believe, the Fuse. But now look at the HP here on the side of ATG. Now from the flank, Corsair on the AUG. The K there to connect. Getting a 3K for himself. Just getting each and every single kill. Not missing a single one. The Sledge now getting the opener onto Quills. But it's just too late in a 1v4 scenario. 40 seconds on the board. You don't have the diffuser. You don't have any map control. No avenues onto site. You're getting wall banged. What can you do? Tries to spray through the wall, but eventually it's JJ with the AUG to get the final kill. Well done to ATG. They lock out laundry and supply room. So they're going to be heading to kitchen and dining hall as their third bomb site, obviously because of how site rotations work in Rainbow Six. Once you win a bomb site, you can't go back to it for 2 more rounds. So whether they win or lose here on kitchen and dining hall, they can go back to their primary bomb site of kids and dorms. But it looks like a Cali actually on the board for the attacking side. That's a pretty big one. Obviously Thatcher, who is currently banned, definitely being a big influence on this overall game. But the the defensive side, they're not currently running any hard breach denial outside of the mute, and the mute not necessarily the most effective hard breach denial, to say the least. But nonetheless, they're going to be using that Cali in tandem with the thermite, and once again just small things, but you can literally open up this wall just with the thermite trick onto this this flooring here in small towers. So maybe they're going to try and push meeting hall side, try and open up that angle into kitchen, but it's just strange to see the lineup here from the attackers. But nonetheless, a top floor roam contingent coming out here from Ali Dogs, the Mirror, and I believe the Castle currently playing upstairs. Let's see what they can do with this defensive lineup. So the attacks now, looks like their main point of contention will be the small tower area. Sledge, the Ash, and the Blackbeard all already taking control of this, but Corsair here on the Wamai, the one player that can actually do something about this. He's currently being held by the Cali, but if he finds this kill onto the Blackbeard, it would be very influential. Takes a lot of damage. Blackbeard, not the one you want to take a one-on-one engagement with. That face shield being so effective. However, doing a bit of damage into the Sledge. He's currently playing that vertical angle there with the L85. Does a lot of damage actually onto him. The Cali Lance now going to take care of that deployable shield. No longer a safe area for the Wamai to peek out of. So the Blackbeard now. The red dot, not necessarily what you see all the time, not necessarily the most standard thing. However, Mr. Grey here to actually connect onto MJ. He's pressuring onto this top floor roam presence, but the Mirror to connect onto him. Well, the C4, I believe, came out there from the mute. So now a 3v2 in favor of Ali Dogs. Thermite charge, looking to detonate this main wall onto the dining area, but still so much more for ATG to find if they want to start pressuring on into this bomb side. But from the side with the UMP, the Castle to get the kill there onto the Blackbeard. Now only the Thermite and the Cali, Big Noob and Revenant left last live. What can they do with this? Corsair actually getting injured. The Wamai there playing a bit too aggressive. He was tagged up earlier by the Blackbeard, so with that 5.56 Thermite to get that injured. See if they are able to finish off that player. Notably, he is very isolated at the moment. I don't believe... Actually, he does get picked up. I was about to say almost no hope for him to get revived, but as I say that, he gets picked up, and Thermite getting avenged there by Corsair. Now only Cali with the SPSMG 9 left last live whips out the Claymore. However, not quickly enough with the UMP. JJ finds a double for himself in this round, and that's Ali Dogs to find what I believe that is now 10 rounds in a row for them. So hopefully we won't have to have a rehost here, but if this player can reconnect early on. Okay, ATG say no. Wow, the player actually reconnected, and if I'm not mistaken, he's gonna get an operator. Yeah, he got warden. Unfortunate, but yeah, always. Actually, he uses the 6-pick, so actually not too much of a big deal. 6-picks onto the castle. Now heading to kids and dorms. Let's see what they can do with this bomb site. And notably, they're finally picking up a Hibana, but too little too late in my opinion. They're not actually holding laundry at the moment. Hatches and, well, thus Hibana isn't that big of an operator to bring. But let's see how they can use this double hard breach setup in attacking kids' dorms.
Attackers of the 5 seconds left.
So, Ali Dogs,
Attackers are moving to defuse the bomb.
they are currently 10-0 in overall round counts in this series, and at the moment it's honestly just how long is it going to take before ATG eventually lose. I'm gonna be honest, I try to be unbiased as a caster, but at the moment Ali Dogs, they are just absolutely ruthless. They are taking round after round, just showing ATG what they can do. Ali Dogs, they currently have a mute actually roaming down below. He could actually flank on through this big tower stairs area, find a few kills for himself, because if you're going onto the overview, they have no idea of his positioning. And, well, they get caught out, but not by the mute, as I was saying. JJ here on the bandit, playing the attic hatch so aggressively, however, finally gets answered back by the Zofia there with the M762. Getting the refrag onto the bandit. However, the fuse now off of the board, a lot of utility lost out. Whereas the bandit, sure, you've lost a strong gun in the MP7, but he has placed out all of his utility early on in this round during the prep phase. But the attackers now, they have regrouped. They're going to take from this master bedroom, and I believe this is called hunting area. Not actually too sure. Haven't casted too many games here on Oregon, but definitely a strong attack coming out from them. But as I say that, the mirror to connect onto the Zofia there with the silencer on the Vector. Gets the opener, the nades coming out, however, does not connect. Cooking another one there. See if this one sails on through, but Kixie with an incredible peek coming through. Gets the headshot down to Wild Thing, the sledge off of the board now. The two hard breaches, the Thermite and the Havana, the Type 89 and the 5.56 left last alive. Tries to get these kills, but the mute to swing wide gets the kill eventually. Now it's only Revenant left last alive, and then Type 89 recall, proving just too much there for Corsair. Revenant to get the final kill. That is ATG just continuing their take, currently 4-0 up here on Oregon. They might just take this 7-0, 7-0. So they will now be heading back to laundry and supply for the second time this game. Let's see how this does work out for them. Looks like essentially the same operator lineup as the last time they went to laundry and supply, so no real big change there. However, it did work out for them very effectively last time around, so I'm not expecting anything different considering the 11-0 round count over this series, and considering that well, they won out this bomb site the last time around. So, like I said, at the moment, it's just a question of how quickly will ADG lock this out. But unfortunately, one of ATG's players has lagged out. Let's see if we will have a rehost. Will be quite unfortunate. Obviously, never liked to have rehosts. And, well, ATG say it's fine. The player should be able to reconnect. And at the moment, yeah, I'm gonna be honest, it's not like the player who lagged out is gonna make too much of an overall difference. They are currently so far down that it's almost unwinnable. I say it so often that Siege is a game where you can never truly count someone out, but at the moment I am counting ATG out there. There's no way in my mind they're gonna bring this one back.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds left. Attackers are to locate a bomb and defuse it.
All reinforcements nearly done.
Scan for electronic devices.
The attack is now spawning in, obviously one player less due to the player lagging out, but nonetheless, see what they can do with this lineup here. The Ash, the Jackal, the Hibana, and the IQ here on the board. Starting to pressure aggressively here into this big tower stairs area. Taking control here, but Corsair with the Org A3 gets the double kill for himself, finds Mr. Grey and Blood Rain. Now only the Jackal and the Hibana on the board. However, connects onto the Jackal. This man is on an absolute tear. Revenant now on the Hibana, left last life outside of this bunker area, but he is currently locked in place by both the Jaeger and the Wamai. They swing wide, and eventually it's the Jaeger with the 416 carbine to get the final kill. Ali Dogs off the back of Corsair's insane play here. This man is continuing his very aggressive plays from Coastline, where he got that ace attacking Penthouse and Theater. He's just continuing that, and looks like ADG here asking for the rehost, and it will be granted. So okay, it looks like the player from ATG has connected. He did get an operator, that operator being Monty. Don't know if he's going to use the 6-pick, but his teammate has already used that 6-pick, so looks like he is he's not too mad about getting the Montaigne. However, heading to Kitchen and Dining now, the final defensive round here for ADG. They're looking they are looking to lock this game out 7-0, 7-0, going 14-0 in the overall round count, and see what happens here. Corsair there with a bit of inspirational words for ATG in chat. Definitely like to see that. You see a lot of players complaining on Twitter 24/7 about Siege being a toxic game, but every now and then you got a few uplifting players in the SA community. Always like to see that. ATG definitely a new team. I mean, I've never heard of any one of these players, but I mean, who really cares? They're giving it their all. Their all just isn't enough at the moment. ADG, they are currently in the overall round count 12-0. It's just an absolute tear for them. So the Montaigne here taking quite a bit of time to load back in. Obviously he was the player to lag out, so good to see that he is back in the game. Never like to see a team lose because of the man disadvantage. Sure, maybe they would have lost that round in anyway, but it's never good to see a team at a disadvantage because of something they can't control. But now back into the game, the 5-0 lead here for the side of ADG, and looking to lock this one out right here, right now. Going to Kitchen and Dining. Let's see what they can do with this one. Looks like almost the exact same operator lineup that we've been seeing 24/7. Top of the room contingent coming up from Kixie as well as JJ on the castle and the mirror combo. as well as the mute, the Whammy and the smoke to play down below. Let's see what they can do with this one.
Now you see me, now you don't. Jammer initiated.
Seconds to insertion. 5 seconds to go.
Looks like the mute and the drone here from Mr. Big Noob
Attackers
himself
are heading out to defuse a
having
bomb.
a bit of a fun time there. The laundry hallway area, but at the end of the day, this is a game where only one team will win. Sure, you can have a bit of a troll throughout the rounds, but eventually this will fall either way. And like things stand at the moment, it's looking like it will fall on the side of Ali Dogs, but can't. I want to say you can't count them out, but it's genuinely almost unwinnable at the moment. 5-0 down here on Oregon. If they claw this map back, they still need to win Clubhouse, so really it's a done deal at the moment for Ali Dogs. The Montaigne actually pressuring on into this bottom hallway area. Looks like the castle did not spot him out. Now knowing of his position, falling back just a bit, as well as the Ash and the Iana here pushing up through this this freezer hallway area, looking to do a bit of damage. However, just using that Iana drone for a bit of intel. The Ash here and the Iana pressuring on into this logistics split area. However, the first kill to come out is a team kill. Corsair team killing onto MJ there. The smoke off the board now.
Located a bomb.
Let's see what the side of ATG can do with this man count lead now.
Attacker's bomb diffuser has been
Corsair
dropped.
to get the kill. Answers back from his team kill initially. Now a 3-on-4 man count. ATG, they've got the top floor presence here from the Fuse, as well as the Hibana pressuring onto site the Monty to get an injure. However, the mute to answer back there from the bathrooms area. Now Fuse left last live in a 1v4 scenario. Sure, the one player is injured. Sure, you've got the vertical play, but too little, too late. Left last live in a 1v4. The C4 getting ripped. There's nothing this Fuse can do. The Wamai to swing wide with the pistol there. Gets the final kill. And that's ADG going flawless in their defensive half. So now ADG heading to their attacking half. Got the two hard breaches on the board, as well as the soft breaches and the Ash and the Zofia, as well as the IQ to spot out those electrical gadgets. ATG heading to their defensive side. They're going to be going to laundry and supply room, bringing the Mirror, the Caveira, the Doc, the Smoke, and the Jaeger. Pretty default lineup outside of that Caveira. However, we've seen ATG play that quite consistently, however, not necessarily to some great effect
Attackers need to locate
throughout
and
these
defuse
rounds.
bombs.
Ali Dogs, this could potentially be the last round in this series. They're looking to finish this one off 7-0, 7-0. And at the moment, if I'm ATG, I'm more fired up than ever, because not necessarily with the mindset that we need to try and claw this back. It's not over, boys, we can still win this. No, I'm playing from the mindset of I want to protect our name. ATG, if you get 7-0, 7-0'd throughout two maps,
10 seconds remaining.
I'm sorry. Sure, we will always be supportive. We always want to
5
see
seconds
more
left.
teams grow within the South African esports scene, but 7-0, 7-0 is not a good name to have. ATG now, let's see what they can do on this defensive side. The attack is starting to spawn in this police line area, making quick work of entering into this east main area. The Caveira currently roaming up in that armory stairs area, getting droned out now, knowing of his position, heading to the master bedroom area, playing here in the walk-in closet. The IQ looking to pressure onto this player, but Mr. Gray, he is extremely trapped. He could go for this flank, but this is a very hard flank to find. He's going to be detected. So many angles to worry about, and eventually it's the Ash to connect onto him. MJ to get the kill. Mr. Grey now off of the board. The Caveira currently 2 for 7 in this game, and well, he might just end 2 for 7 because, well, 4 to 5 man count, 0 and 6 here on Oregon. This is not looking good for them. The Maverick now notably is already pressured on into Freezer. With this grenade, he could actually find the kill here onto the mirror. However, is not able to thread the needle. The grenade does not sail through the drone hole. Now Blood Rain to connect there onto the walls. The Maverick now off of the board, but answered back by, I believe, the Thermite now with the 5.56. Great kill to find. Now putting it into a 3 onto 4 man count. They've opened up the freezer wall now. The Smoke using his final gas bag now. This is looking very dire for ATG. They are fighting until the last moment, but at the moment it's just not looking good. Swinging wide with the G8A1 Corsair to get in the opening pick. Now swinging onto the side. The Mirror left last live. He swings wide and he gets the final kill. That is ADG, Elite Dogs Gaming. They win it out 7-0 on Coastline, 7-0 on Oregon, taking the series 2-0 in the overall map count. They finish it off very early on, and well done to these guys. Corsair, the MVP throughout this game. We saw him frag out so heavily there on Coastline as well. Kixie as well, going 7 for 0. He hasn't died once throughout this entire game. Definitely well done to all of these players on the board. And on the side of ATG, sure, they didn't maybe play too well. They weren't able to answer back to the pressure shown by ADG, but nonetheless, it's always good to see new and upcoming teams within the SA community. Definitely high hopes for those guys in their in their future matchups. Definitely going to be following those guys very closely, but as it stands, well done to those guys. And well, that is it from my side. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been my very first EAX tournament casting session. I have never actually worked with these guys. It has been a fun experience. Obviously, ADG showing me, giving me a very big opening matchup in this tournament. But thank you so much, guys, for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see some more South African Rainbow Six Siege action. I'm currently one of the casters trying to push SA Rainbow Six Siege to the forefront of the broader community. And I would greatly appreciate if you guys do hit that subscribe button. Thanks so much to notably Titan Gaming. I'm affiliated with them. I think down below is their logo. Yes, head over to titangaming.co.za, where I'm currently writing an esports blog. If you want to read up on any gaming news, any news within the European R6 League, anything within the broader R6 community, I'm definitely trying to build this up as we go. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. This has been very fun, and be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content from me in the future. In the meantime, though, thanks so much for watching. Cheers.